Sponsored by RxCardClub.com. Get a free prescription drug card and save up to 85% on prescription drugs. RxCardClub.com. Reaction to Tuas concussion shows NFL has come a long way. Antonio Pierce said Miami's Tua Tagovailoa should put his health first after his latest concussion injury. Editor's note: On Football analyzes the biggest topics in the NFL from week to week. For more on football analysis, head here. The NFL has come a long way since the times when players brushed off concussions and stayed in the game or returned too soon. No more using smelling salts on the bench and getting back in the huddle. No more rubbing dirt on injuries. No more trying to suck it up and playing through a potentially serious problem. The reaction to Tua Tagovailoa's latest concussion shows how the league, its current and former players, fans and the media have evolved. Tagovailoa sustained his fourth diagnosed concussion in 5 years in Miami's 31-10 loss to Buffalo on Thursday. It was another frightening moment for a quarterback who has a history of head injuries. Immediately, the concern centered on Tagovailoa's long-term health. Nobody was wondering when he will play again. Rather, most folks watching were debating whether Tagovailoa should ever lace up his cleats and step on the field again. If I'm him, at this point, I'm seriously considering retiring from football, Hall of Fame tight end Tony Gonzalez said on Amazon Prime Video's broadcast after the game. If that was my son, I would be like, it might be time. This stuff is not what you want to play around with. Former Bengals and Rams tackle Andrew Whitworth pointed to the difference between concussions and other injuries. There's so many injuries we can have surgeries for, there's so many things we can fix, Whitworth said. But a head trauma and getting knocked out on the field? There's really not much you can ever do about that. You can't go to a doctor and say, hey, fix my brain and the damage I've done to it. More education about brain injuries has led to strict guidelines that help protect players, sometimes from themselves. The league and the NFL Players Associations instituted concussion protocols in 2011 when Colt McCoy took a helmet-to-helmet hit in a game and returned without being tested for a concussion. The protocols have been expanded a few times since. There are independent certified athletic trainers, or ATC spotters, watching in a booth and monitoring the players on the field to have someone removed from the game if they see an impact to the head. Team trainers, coaches or physicians, teammates, game officials or sideline unaffiliated neurotrauma consultants also can initiate the protocol. All players who undergo any concussion evaluation on game day must have a follow-up evaluation conducted the next day by a member of the medical staff. Players have to pass various testing to get cleared to play again. It's a different era for player safety in the NFL.